Okay, guys, we're going to talk about renovating properties versus turnkey properties. Now, the difference is, do you want to buy something and remodel it and then rent it, or do you want to buy something that's finished? Or what we like is buying new. We'll get into that discussion, the details. But if you're wanting to get into the rental game, and if you're not experienced in construction, remodeling looks fun and exciting, and it is. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I've been doing it for 20 years. There's something about remodeling and taking something old and turning it to something new that just, I guess, exciting. I mean, I don't know. There's something to it. I enjoy that process. So I'm not knocking it by any means. If you're looking for turnkey rentals or passive income, I hate that word, but if you're looking for rental income, you might want to consider turnkey. Not that the benefit of turnkey is you're utilizing other people's experiences and resources to help benefit you to make money. So let's talk about remodeling. If you've never done this, I recommend you try it or not. It's up to you. It's a lot of work. Because when you get in there, first of all, getting construction, if you don't have crews or subs available, especially ones that you trust, first of all, you need to make sure that they know what they're doing, because I can tell you, after years of running construction crews, everyone can do anything until it's time to work, and then they kind of it doesn't go so well. Then the other thing you got to watch out for is price gouging. Like, I've watched contractors go in and overcharge people and do a subpar level of work, and then you end up at the end of the day with a marginal product that you overpaid for. Like, going in and doing construction, short of like running a construction company or having a good quality subcontractor that you can trust, that does quality work, that is going to not overcharge. There's lots of factors, and if you're not in the construction or remodel world like that, you don't understand what things should cost. And here's a little cheat code. What we did when I first started, went to Lowe's. Like, I took a scope of work and go room by room, like everything that you need. I need a light fixture, I need paint, I need carpet, I need trim. Like, make a list of everything you need for the remodel, and go to Lowe's, go to Home Depot, price everything out, see how much it really costs to buy that material. You might be surprised. Now, especially in the last few years, prices have gone up considerably, so something to consider. But anyhow, you want to make sure that you understand enough to not get screwed. Like, you need to know what things are going to cost. You need to have a basic idea of what labor cost is. I'm not saying that you're not, when you're paying for a contractor, you're paying for years of experience. So you're not going to be able to just get $20 an hour. That's not how it works. But you want to have a clear understanding of what the scope of work is, what they're doing, how they're doing, when they're doing, and how much they're charging for it. You want to make sure that you're as clear as possible going into it, so you don't have change orders, because they tell you it's going to be $20,000, but you forgot a handful of things, and those handful of things are an extra $6,000 or $10,000, and all of a sudden you blew your budget by 50%. Anyway, so turnkey, you're buying a finished product. Now, we've remodeled hundreds of rent houses, and there's pros and cons. From an overall price standpoint, they're cheaper. You can buy a cheap little house, go into the remodel, and then rent it out. That's great, except you don't always catch all the things. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you from experience, and what we figured out real quick, if you try to maintain your rentals out of cash flow, you're going to starve. What that means, you need to do the work up front, put it in, factor it in the deal, put it into the loan, amortize it over time. Otherwise, you're going to be bleeding money. So, anyhow, going back to, with Turnkey, you're buying a finished product. You're buying a house that's done, it's renovated. You're not having to go through the headaches. You're not having to go through the pain, the growing pains and the process of getting it ready and going through construction. Why is it taking so long? Like, you're buying something that's done. Now, even though everything is new in the house is still an old house. Like, there are still things that I can't tell you how many times we have tried to save money, and by saving money, it cost us more money than it would if we would have just done it right to begin with. That's a whole other conversation. But, you know, there's things in remodels that can come back and get you later. Like, you don't know what's behind the wall unless you open up the wall. Let's just say that. Which leads me to why we like the new construction. New construction, we put the walls there, man. There's nothing behind it. We know what's there. We put it there. So we like the new construction. New construction turnkey, in our opinion, is the way to go. You eliminate all your major capital expenditures for the first 5 to 10 years. You minimize your maintenance. You can't eliminate it completely because somebody lives there and people just, people are people. Things are going to happen. But you minimize your normal maintenance. Like, everything is new. Everything's under warranty. Like, you're not going to have things break. You're not going to have deferred stuff. You're not going to have hidden things that pop up. So you eliminate any major capital expenses. You minimize your maintenance. You get higher rents. The nicer the property, the more money you can get for it. The nicer the property, the longer people stay. Right now we're living in a very unusual time, and the interest rates are kind of on this roller coaster. Everyone's kind of holding their breath, especially with an election season. No one really wants to buy. No one really wants to move. They're just kind of in a holding until they see what's going to happen. There's the rest of the year. So people still want nice and new properties to live in, but they're not ready to buy. So, new construction turnkey is very popular right now. And the flip side to that, on the affordable housing, entry-level workforce housing, there's an endless demand. I mean, we are getting people lining up to rent our properties before we even get them finished because there's not a lot of great choices out there. So, if this is something that's interesting, you want to talk some more about it, click the link, join our Facebook group. We talk about this stuff every day. I'd love for you to join the conversation. See you there.